Let's stand for the flags, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to call this meeting of the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board to order for August 19, 2013. Roll call, please.
Bernie Bassett.
Here.
Thomas Wood.
Here.
Martin Manick.
Here.
Paul Lemoyne.
Here.
Greg Renadette.
Here.
James Coffey.
Here.
And Rick Collins.
Resolution number 241, approving the minutes of the previous meeting.
Resolved that the minutes of August 5th and August 12th, 2013 be approved as reading and minutes be dispensed with.
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Lemoy, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood.
Yes.
Martin Manick.
Yes.
Paul Lemoyne.
Yes.
Greg Renadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, that resolution is carried. Before we go any farther, I'm very pleased again to see Erin Payborn here from our Parks and Rec Department. It usually means we have some awards, which usually means we have some outstanding, hardworking, dedicated young people and parents and families to get them to the activities. So I think this evening is going to be about baseball, softball. What I'd ask you to do when Erin brings you up is just kind of look back into that camera a little bit. This will be placed on cable TV, and you'll be able to share that or DVR it, send it to grandma, and let others enjoy it as well. So, Erin, without further ado.
All right, good evening. My name is Erin Payborn, and I am the Recreation Program Coordinator for the town. We have recently finished our summer baseball softball program and would like to recognize several participants for their outstanding commitment and sportsmanship throughout the season. Overall, our whole summer season was a huge success, but we would like to acknowledge those players who have been positive role models for their fellow teammates and opponents. Our Most Dedicated Player Award goes to individuals who demonstrate these qualities as well as go beyond what we ask of them. The following players led by example on and off the field, and that is why the Recreation Department feels these participants are highly deserving of the Most Dedicated Award. We hope that this will reinforce positive behavior for all participants in the future. All of these players' coaches had nothing but positive comments to say about these kids. We are very proud that these kids are a part of our program. Again, when you come up after you get your award, make sure you look into the camera. All right. From our Cumberland Head Grasshopper softball team, congratulations to Paige Rutkowski. You're welcome.
Erin, weren't they also supposed to do a speech?
Yeah.
Well, actually, people that are watching on TV would rather probably hear them speak.
All right, unable to be here tonight, from our Cumberland Head Pee Wee softball team, congratulations to Gracie Walters. Also unable to be here tonight, from our Cumberland Head Grasshopper baseball team, congratulations to Dakota Robinson. And lastly, from our Katie'ville Pony baseball team, congratulations to Ethan Fiesel.
You don't have to stand all day, but you got to stop for a second.
I would like to thank all of the parents of our recipients tonight for dedicating your time this summer. Our programs continue to be a success because of participants and parents like you. Thank you for your continuous support.
I'd like to say it's a really good sport. I'm still playing. So. Oh, not playing hard, but they let me play.
Peewees?
Well, I couldn't compete with the Pee-wees. No, I have to play with the seniors.
Thank you, Aaron, very much, and thank you all. We're going back to the regular program, which you're welcome to stay for. And if you're on your way to Harrigan's for the traditional rewards, we understand that. So thank you for coming along.
Of course, we do give suggestions to parents, you see.
Resolution 242, abstract 8B.
Resolved that the abstract of audited claims number 8B-13, 1713 to 1846 for $334,678.52. And abstract 8B-13, 302 to 319 prepays in the amount of $766,270.96 be received as reviewed by the audit committee, and the supervisor is hereby authorized to pay said abstract.
Motion.
So moved.
Mr. Manick, second. Mr. Lemoy, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood?
Yes.
Martin Manick?
Yes.
Paul Lemoy?
Yes.
Greg Rennedat?
Yes.
Bernie Bassett?
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 243, Highway Superintendent's Monthly Report.
Resolved to receive and place on file a report from James Wood, Superintendent of Highways, for the month of July 2013.
A motion.
So moved.
Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Mr. Mannix, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood?
Yes.
Martin Manick?
Yes.
Paul Lemoy?
Yes.
Greg Rennedat?
Yes.
Bernie Bassett?
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 244, Historian's Monthly Report.
Resolved to receive and place on file a historian's monthly report for the month of July
Have
2013.
a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Rennedat, second.
Second.
Mr. Wood, any discussion?
I thought it was quite interesting in learning more about the invasion and the Battle of Plattsburgh from the reports. So if anybody's interested in reading any of our reports, this is a good one to read.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood?
Yes.
Martin Manick?
Yes.
Paul Lemoy?
Yes.
Greg Rennedat?
Yes.
Bernie Bassett?
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 245, Supervisor's Monthly Financial Report.
Resolved to receive and place on file a supervisor's financial report for the month of July 2000.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Mannix, second.
Second.
Mr. Lemoy, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood?
Yes.
Martin Manick?
Yes.
Paul Lemoy?
Yes.
Greg Rennedat?
Yes.
Bernie Bassett?
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 246, Water Wastewater Department's Monthly Report.
Resolved to receive and place on file a report from Scott Stoddard, Water and Wastewater Director, for July 2013.
I have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Rennedat, second. Mr. Wood, any discussion?
I thought the Republican article on the capital projects was a very good article and helped get the information out there to people about what we're needing in the future and what we're doing now.
Okay, anyone else? Roll call.
Thomas Wood?
Yes.
Martin Manick?
Yes.
Paul Lemoy?
Yes.
Greg Rennedat?
Yes.
Bernie Bassett?
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 247, Twin State Maintenance Renewal Agreement.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh maintains an annual maintenance renewal agreement with Twin State to provide telephone hardware, software, and support systems. And whereas Twin State has submitted a renewal agreement for the town for service from July 16, 2013 to July 15, 2014. And whereas the town board has provided within the general fund of the town of Plattsburgh the 2013 budget for renewal of contract for the telephone maintenance and service. Whereas the town attorney has approved and is to form a one-year contract submitted by Twin State in the amount of $7,089.84. Now therefore be resolved that the one-year renewal contract submitted by Twin State be approved, and the supervisor is hereby authorized to execute the same for the town of Plattsburgh, and a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager.
I have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Rennedat, second.
Second.
Mr. Mannix, any discussion?
As, I just want to reiterate something that was mentioned, a comment that was made at the work session about this. Number one, I think that this is a service that we need to move forward on. I was a little bit put off by the fact that the representative did not let us know that the $2,000 savings that we realized in 2012 would turn into a more than $7,000 bill for 2013. But all that being said, we were given a guarantee that the price for 2014 would remain the same. We were also given a guarantee that the price of the contract for 2015 would not go above CPI. I think all things considered, it's a good contract going forward because we'll know what we're looking at for at least those next 2 budget years.
Anyone else?
Yeah, Bernie, I'll tack on that, I'm really disappointed that when they sold us this equipment, they never once implied that there was gonna be a $3,000 to $4,000 software upgrade, in their words, needed every year. I'm not so certain that it's needed every single year. I'm a little put off that they want to warranty equipment that's over 10 years old for about $2,000 a year and charge us more than double that to warranty equipment that's only 1 year old. I'm not sure that, I think we can get this service cheaper elsewhere. I think if we paid for by the hour, if we have brand new equipment, we don't necessarily need the maintenance contract that they're asking for, and I just think they're asking for a lot of money to warranty something that's brand new.
Anyone else? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
No.
Mark Manning,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
No.
Gerard Renadette,
Yes.
and Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 248, complete streets policy for the town of Plattsburgh.
Whereas integration of land use and transportation is critical to the livability of the community and impacts the quality of life in this region. And whereas such quality of life frequently includes interest in being able to walk, bike, use of public transportation, and drive on well-maintained and safe streets. Whereas complete street designs are the contemporary approach to better accommodate the full range of travel modes in order to accommodate one's age and physical abilities, therefore providing a more balanced transportation system which offers choices of where people can go and how they can get there. And whereas such complete street design may include elements such as defined pedestrian and bicycle spaces, pedestrian scaled lighting, and transit stop shelters that allow elements allowing children and adults for more safely walk or bike, take the bus to the grocery store, or travel on one of the town's parks or our local trails. These elements are advance the interest of senior citizens being able to age in a place. Therefore, it be resolved that the town board, town of Plattsburgh, does hereby authorize the approach, the attached policy entitled Complete Street Policy for the town of Plattsburgh to provide the town, its highway department, and its planning department managers, its employees, and all its volunteers with suitable policy guidance regarding planning and implementing of road-related renovations within our town. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution and policy be placed in the town's official handbook, and that a copy be given to the department heads and the bookkeeper.
Motion.
So moved.
Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Mr. Renner, any discussion?
Bernie, again, back in the late 90s, I think it was when I was first on the board, and noticed I was on the Article 5 Senior Housing Committee out on the Rand Hill Road, and it came to my attention that some of the residents there were trying to go for, enjoy some of the outside, the nice weather we do have. The straight Rand Hill Road at that time did not have paved shoulders. There was sand that was about 3 inches deep, and to try to maneuver a wheelchair in that kind of conditions was impossible. It took, I think it was 2 years to get the county to go out there and pave one side of that road so that the people could enjoy the outdoors. This policy that we're getting ready to adopt today will kind of keep that from ever having to happen again, because that's not something that would fall into the exemptions to the complete streets approach. And I think that it's a shame that we had to argue for 2 or 3 years to get that, something as common sense as that happen. This will alleviate that problem.
Yeah, and as everybody knows, we've recently completed a economic development plan. We updated our master plan, codes and zoning. We have a waterfront revitalization project we're working on. All the research we've done, including the group, this is a community group, committee made up of community members that have brought this forward. This topic, the complete streets topic, transcends all those documents. The communities that are economically sustainable have elements of this within their infrastructure. In fact, for those communities, this is infrastructure just like roads, water lines, sewer lines, and so on. I mean, we're very fortunate. We've had a committee of volunteers that have done a good job with this. But as the resolution indicates, this is going to be guidelines to a great extent. Hopefully there'll be guidelines that will find ways to implement for the reasons you mentioned, Gerard, but because in the long run, it's economically to our advantage as well, in many, many ways. I mean, the topic just kept coming up these last few years. So hopefully this will help guide some good decision-making as we continue to work our way forward. And you'll see more little things. There are some projects, some small connections of existing walkways, bikeways, and so on and so forth. We're in process of getting some benches on Smithfield to encourage people when the walk seems long to be able to stop and relax and then get up and go again. So, I think we've done some good things with this. It doesn't have a serious budget, I think, and I guess I'd strike the word serious with hindsight, but if you recall, we put, I think it was $50 or something in the budget for complete streets. And it was to give them some credibility and, have water for their meeting or something, but it needs attention, and we'll have to keep that in mind as we go forward.
We actually serve in that committee. We actually are approaching a point where we may have, we have a developer who has come in, putting a project together, and he's in the process right now of getting his financing. When that all comes together as it's anticipated it will, we will have our first complete street when that project is completed. It would probably be something that would be completed around April of 2015, but it still will be a bellwether event to have the first project done that complies with the whole concept of complete streets.
I would just say that this coincides with the master plan, and also that I would like to commend the committee, but particularly Paul Scott for the work they've done on putting this together.
Thank you for mentioning Paul's name. Absolutely, Paul has really been a great leader of that group and has dedicated a lot of time, a lot of expertise. So thank you. He definitely deserves mention. Anything else? Roll call, please.
Thomas Wood?
Yes.
Martin Vanek?
Yes.
Paul Lemoyne?
Yes.
Gerard Renadette?
Yes.
Bernie Bassett?
Yes, that resolution carries, and it's a little benchmark as we go forward in this community. Resolution 249, rescinding Resolution 013-155 and instituting DEC sporting license sales.
Whereas the town clerk has recommended the dissolution of sales of sporting license from the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation. Whereas Resolution 13-155 was passed to discontinue issuing sporting licenses. Whereas DEC now requires all agents to supply their own computer and internet provider for selling sporting licenses, which the town clerk's office is equipped with and able to comply with the new guidelines. And whereas the town board would like to reinstitute the sale of sporting licenses, and the town clerk has been in contact with New York State Department of Environmental Conservation to establish the sale of licenses from the town's clerk office. Now therefore be resolved that the town board recommends the continuance of sporting license sales and authorizes the town clerk to take appropriate action to make said notice to the DEC as well as to the general public. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the town clerk and the finance committee.
Motion,
So moved.
Mr. Lemoy, second.
Second.
Mr. Mannix, any discussion? Rick, what's the update on that? I know you called them last week.
He hasn't called me back. I think he called Pat and talked to Pat.
They said all you gotta do is forward the resolution to them, and then they'll ship, they have a special printer they'll ship to us, and it's a web-based program, so you just have internet access, you log on, and you can sell your tickets again. So.
There you go. Good.
Do we have to have a dedicated computer? No. But I know that was a
No.
question before.
Nope.
And they'll supply the printer.
Yep.
Oh, they will supply, oh, that's right, the printer is a special printer, right?
Yep.
Okay.
They just got out of all that, supplying the computer and everything else, because it's not cost effective for the state. And most towns have their own computer sitting there anyway, so.
Very good, so that sounds like it could turn around pretty quickly. We'll get that, we can fax or email it to them and see if they can get that right up there. Good, any other discussion?
It's just that new information's come to light that causes us to want to change this. I think it's important that we do.
Okay. Very good, then, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Lemoyne.
Yes.
Brett Rennenden.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 250, bid award for base sewer slip lining contract 2013.
Whereas resolution 13-221 authorized advertisement for bids for base sewer slip lining, and all bids were received and opened on August 15, 2013. Whereas Scott Stoddard, Director of Water and Wastewater, and Ronald L. LaBerge, Civil Engineer of LaBerge Engineering and Consulting Group, and the Town Clerk, have reviewed all bids that were received. Whereas bids were received from Instaform Technologies LLC, Arnold Construction, and Kenyon Properties. Therefore, be resolved that the contract for base sewer lining be awarded to the low bidder, Kenyon Properties Incorporated, 22 Helen Drive, Queensbury, New York, 12804, in the amount of $119,640.01. And it be further resolved that the town board approve the contract as recommended, and that the water and wastewater director is hereby authorized to make said purchase. And it be further resolved that payment be made payable from the 2013 water wastewater capital budget account, and that a copy of this resolution be given to the director of water and wastewater department and to the finance manager.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Mannix, second. Mr. Wood, any discussion?
Just on the letter from the LaBerge Group, point out that in the third paragraph, they've got the actual total amount is $144,840. That should have been $114,840. I'm hoping, because they're saying that the difference was only $4.25.
Right.
I just want to make sure everybody's aware of that.
Mhm.
It looks like they, it was a typo on their part.
I think so.
Yeah.
I made a note to fix that when it was first read because it doesn't line up.
I opened those minutes, you're right.
Okay.
It was
Yeah, I
119.
just, the LaBerge letter had.
119,640. Because the note from that day is 119,635.76
Yeah,
too.
but the base bid is 114,840, a difference of
Okay.
And the base bid.
$4. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You
It's
should
just
also
if you
include
took,
the.
if you took this
the
amount of times
definition
however
of
many
value.
feet they want to do, it's
Right.
3,000 more feet, I'm sure that was a $4.
Okay, any other discussion?
Yes, the town clerk brought up a good point, maybe in the second whereas, that the deputy supervisor was there. To review the bids, and
And the third whereas?
second whereas.
Second, whereas, town clerk and deputy supervisor reviewed all bids.
And the deputy, oh, yes.
Mr. Manning,
No.
President.
Okay, we can add that. Marty, okay, to amend the resolution to include the deputy supervisor in the second whereas. Tom, same you? Any other discussion?
I didn't see the spec, but I'm assuming prevailing wage rate applies to all this work.
I did not see the spec.
You know,
I don't know.
Prevailing wage rate applies to all of this?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Well, we just better make sure, because it's got the project and it's required, and
Yeah,
so
Well-
certified payroll and all of that's required to be submitted when they ask for payment here.
We will make a point of checking on that too. Anything else? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
yes.
Paul Lemoy,
Yes.
Gerard Renfro,
Yes.
Bernie Bass.
Yes, resolution carries. I've got the bids here. Resolution 251, appointment of Patrick Bowen as finance manager for the town of Plattsburgh.
Whereas the civil service examination for the position of finance manager has been held, and Patrick Bowen, provisional finance manager for the town of Plattsburgh, has successfully completed said examination. Now therefore be resolved that Mr. Bowen be appointed as finance manager, be made to a permanent position, and a copy of this resolution be given to the budget officer and civil service.
A motion.
So moved.
Mr. Lemoy, second.
Second.
Mr. Wood,
We also have a place a copy of his personnel file.
we would do that.
Um,
Any
so-
comments?
So it's still under probation?
Well, we're still negotiating how long that
How long?
probation is going to
Still
last.
here.
No, he's done a fairly good job.
It's doing all right. It's doing all right. I would like to amend, Paul and Tom, if you have no problems, the title of the resolution. It really should say permanent appointment of Patrick Bowen as finance manager.
Yes.
Yeah, all kidding aside, Pat, he was by far the high scorer of all the candidates who took the exam, but he's done just an outstanding job for the town. Many changes, I fear more to come. Certainly knows it's the expertise that we needed as far as municipal finance. I see Pat going really beyond his job description in many ways also, in a very strong leadership role on behalf of the town of Plattsburgh. Those of you that are more familiar with county government would know Mr. Zerlo, Mike Zerlo, as the administrator in county government, is a very strong force in county government. And it is the constant as elected officials come and go and leadership changes. Mike has his pulse, and I say that with due respect, on the happenings and financial affairs of the county. He's done a great job. I really see the role that Pat's playing. You can have any position, but you got to have the right person in the position. And I really think as councilors and supervisors come and go, I think the town will have some good background. They'll come forward with our finance manager and someone who will be a strong advocate for solid budget and good budget practices. So and he'll do his first year with budget with us, and we'll see what kind of changes he'll bring in that. I know Pat's he's worked very hard, so I'm very pleased that we'll be able to make this a permanent appointment.
I understand, I think very well trained as possible.
Yeah, he's gonna get that plug in, though.
And I can't argue that one bit either. Absolutely. Any other discussion? In that case, roll call, please.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Gerard Renfro,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Lemoy,
Yes.
Bernie Bass.
Yes, resolution carries. Congratulations, Pat.
Thanks.
Resolution 252, New York State Electric Gas Special Use Permit, seeker negative declaration.
Whereas the town board of the town of Plattsburgh has received an application from Mrs. Jacqueline P. Murray of Murray Law Firm PLLC on behalf of New York State Electric and Gas for a special use permit to construct and operate a 130-foot monopole public utilities communication tower and related equipment shelter as shown and described in the plans and materials prepared by NYSEG and their Consultants for their application for a special use permit, Public Utilities Communications Facility dated October 18, 2012, received by the Town of Plattsburgh Planning Board Department, along with supplemental material. Whereas the Town Board has reviewed this request with supporting data pursuant to local law number 3 of the year 2003, to the Town Telecommunications Consultant, Tommy Telecommunications Solution Incorporated for review and recommendation. Whereas Part 617 of the Environmental Conservation Law, State Environmental Qualitative Review Act, Section 8-0113, provides for review of any action to determine the effect of said action on the environment, along with any related administrative procedures for implementation, authorization, of approval of said action. Whereas said documentation of the effect of said action on the environment will be necessary to determine whether draft environmental impact statement is required. Whereas the Town Board is considered an involved agency in accordance with the state and local law for the purpose of assessing the effect of this project on the environment and whether or not said effect is significant enough to warrant the preparation of a draft environmental impact statement. Whereas the Town Board has determined that the project is unlisted action in accordance with the environmental review procedures, and coordinated review will not be done. Whereas the applicant has provided the town with a site plan map, materials, a complete seeker, long environmental assessment form, Part 1 visual EAF addendum, visual analysis report, and the EAF Part 2 and Part 3 finding statement have been prepared by the Town Planning Department. Now therefore be resolved that the Town Board is hereby receive and place on file the plans and materials prepared by NICEC and their consultant in the application of a special use permit for public utility communications facility dated October 18, 2012, and received by the Town of Plattsburgh Planning Department along with supplemental material. And it be further resolved that the Town Board, after thorough review of the plans and materials prepared by NICEC and their consultant in their application for a special use permit for public utilities communication facility dated October 18, 2012, and received by the Town of Plattsburgh Planning Department along with supplemental materials and complete seeker long environmental assessment form, EAF Part 1, visual EAF addendum, visual analysis report, and EAF Part 2, and Part 3 finding statement prepared by the Town's Planning Department is hereby determined that the project will not have any significant effect on the environment, and therefore the preparation is not required. And further resolved that the Town Board does hereby authorize and direct the supervisor to have prepared and execute a notice of significant environmental impact negative declaration for this project. And it be further resolved that the notice of no significant environmental impact negative declaration shall be presented to those agencies, involved agencies, and the government units as required by environmental conservation and local law of the Town of Plattsburgh. And all related materials shall be maintained on file in the Town Hall offices and available for public inspection. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the Finance Manager, Planning Department, and Ms. Jacqueline P. Burns.
A motion.
So moved.
Mr. Manning, second.
Second.
Mr. Renadette, any discussion? Roll call.
Comments, Wood?
I just have one thing, you know, is it after thorough review of the plans and materials, our departments go through all the materials and went through it. I have not done it personally. Just make sure that that's evident in these things.
Okay, roll call.
Thomas Wood?
Yes.
Martin Manning?
Yes.
Paul Warren?
Yes.
Brian Renadette?
Yes.
Ernie Bass?
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 253, Deputy Town Clerk appointment.
Whereas Resolution 13240 was passed accepting the resignation of Daniel Scholl as Deputy Town Clerk and Register of Vital Statistics, creating a vacancy in that position. Whereas the Town Board wishes to make available more hours for the public access to the Town Clerk and the receiver of taxes, Jackie Blue, is available to assist in that office. Whereas Town Clerk Ricky Collins has submitted a letter dated August the 16th, 2013, appointing Jackie Blue as Deputy Town Clerk and Deputy Register of Vital Statistics. Therefore, be resolved that the Town Board, Town of Plattsburgh, does hereby accept the appointment of Jackie Blue as Deputy Town Clerk and Deputy Register of Vital Statistics. And it be further resolved that Ms. Blue take the oath of office within 30 days, and a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager. A copy be put in her personnel file, one to be sent to civil service for their review and final approval.
A motion.
So moved.
Mr. Renovat, second Mr. Wood. Any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. And with that carried resolution, if no one has any further business this evening, that is the end of our agenda. I would seek a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Mr. Renovat, second Mr. Wood. Any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Paul Moy.
Yes.
Gerard Renadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, we will stand adjourned at 7:37. Right.